Welcome to this month's channeled message. As you know, my name is Laura West, and I am the owner of Divine Lotus Healing. I have a practice in Boston. I'm based in Boston, but I work online with clients as well. I am an energy medicine practitioner. I practice Reiki and I teach Reiki. I am a psychic, a medium, and a channel, which brings us here today to listen to the Council of Light, whom I've been channeling for over a decade for you. And I work with plant medicine and in particular essential oils to shift emotions and psychological mind states, and also substitute plant medicine for conventional medicine for our wellness care. And I have a growing customer organization of other like-minded souls. So let's get to today's message. The Council of Light are a wonderful group of divine beings, and they're always here to support us. And they come through my work in this format for you in specific messages. And also, if you'd like to have one-on-one work with them, you can schedule a spiritual guidance intuitive session with me, and they will come through that way and give you specific guidance for yourself. So let's get to today's message, shall we? I will pause and let them take over. Greetings to you all, bright blessings, and we send you sprinkled love and cheer to all of you as humanity that we hold ever so dear. You are all glorious and wonderful beings of light. You are sacred souls, each of you in your own right. We want to congratulate you for making it this far. There is just one small hurdle at this particular time that you must jump over. Many of you are feeling there is a roadblock in front of you. Many of you are feeling that you are stuck. Many of you are feeling like you are sitting and spinning in circles, and that energy is almost through. We want you to know that there will be clarity and you will move forward in your emotional state, in your financial state, in your physical state, in your state of productivity with your work and with the things that bring you joy in your lives. There has been a small kink in the chain, a tiny holdup in the energetics, if you will, and the pipeline is blocked, and the spiritual realm of guides and angelic masters and teachers and healers and light beings of all kinds are working on some general maintenance to clean it up, to help the energy channel, the energy connection, the energy cord that runs through and through and through connect very deeply to each one of you. You are all tethered, you are all connected, not in a way that binds you or makes you become the property of the light. We don't mean to suggest that in any day or night, but you are all connected through columns, through energy connection, through cords of light frequency to the divine. Some of you call it God source. Some of you call it angels. Some of you call it spirit guides. Some of you call it enlightenment. It's all okay, whatever you decide. And yet we are telling you here today that there is this connection cord that has been bunched or kinked, if you will. And we from the spiritual realm of the light are working on smoothing it out and making it ever so taut and tight so that the energy flow is fluid and crystal clear for all of you so that you can move forward in an ever so dear connection space to your own zones of light and peace and joy and zen. So how do you know if you are connected through and back again? We want you to know that it is easy. If you practice a spiritual connection every single day as part of your beingness, you will begin to notice when you are out of alignment. You feel the vibration and the frequency of sacredness around you now as we speak these words to you here today. This is a very, very special feeling. You are in the element of the light. You are in the dimension of the zone, ever so tight. And this is the space that you can enter into the more you practice. Being still, breathing, being calm, allowing yourself to ground your energies into the earth, and strengthen and fortitude your energies into the sky. We practice this with you frequently. When you are in your rational mind, when you are in your ego selves, when you are being swayed by your social media and swayed by the voices of others soapboxing around you, you are not in your element. You are not in your light. You are not in connection with the sacred divine. You are being swayed by the base harmonics of humanity on that earth plane that is so dense with energy. So thick, in fact, that we refer to it as pea soup. You know when you feel like you are stuck in that space, it is hard to move forward with any kind of grace. It is hard for you to wash light through your heart. It is hard for you to make judgments that are free from anything that is distraught. It can be related to personal relationships with others. It can be related to the beingness with the divine. We wish to remind you that here and now, when you practice and you are content and you take time to be in this space and in this place, you are able to connect with the frequencies and the harmonies of the divine. Continue returning to this mindful practice. Continue returning to this space of openness to your divine grace. Remember always that you come from the light. You are humans and you have sparks of light ever so bright that you are meant to be using on that earth plane for the goodness and the evolution of humanity over and over and over again. We are always here with all the other divine beings to propel you, to push you, to move you forward, to buoy you up, to bolster you, to champion you, and to give you peaceful, guiding, loving instructions. You have free will, so you can choose to follow everything we say to do, or you can choose to ignore it, or you can come and go through and in and out with dips and with intensities and with focus and with separation. We don't suggest that there is any one right and true path for each of you. For you all have unique circumstances, and you all have your environmental impacts, and you all have your stressors. But the more you practice being in this space with us, the more you practice the energetic harmonics of your enlightenment connection, the easier it becomes to notice when you are in this element and when you are in this zone and when you are in this flow. We welcome you to practice this as if you were practicing training for a road race or a weightlifting competition. Every day, come to this space. Every day, be prepared to work your spiritual muscles. Every day, be prepared to be in alignment with the harmonics and the energetics of our sacred spiritual frequencies. And when you do this, it gets easier and easier and easier to live in the flow of the love and the light. This we do know. There are so many human beings on that earth plane that live lives of monastic secrecy and sanctuary, and they separate themselves from society to allow the most concentrated form of connection frequency to their divine sources. Some of them live in communities with each other. Some of them live alone as hermits. And we would like to tell you now that you don't need to do that if it is not calling you to do so. You can live your modern lives with your cell phones and your technologies and your internet capabilities. You can live your modern lives connected to your societies in these social ways, and yet you can still thrive in your spiritual connection with us and with the other divine that are elements of your lives. We are about one voice that comes to you now in this way, this council of light. We are divine light beings, sparks of hundreds of thousands of light with consciousness. And we draw ourselves ever so tight and near around you, cloaking you and wrapping you in a golden blanket of light to sustain you and to keep you ever so right. Until the next time we are to come to you again with guidance and support and loving grace and wisdom and healing. As we speak our words to you now in this way, you are being vibrationally cleansed. And we would also like to say that in the beginning of today's message, we spoke of the kink in the chain that is blocking the energies from many of you feeling like you can move forward. It is almost freed and it is almost unblocked. Just a few more days for you on that earth plane until it feels like it is flowing again. Hold tight and you will be successful. This is the Council of Light, and we are grateful to have come to you in this way, and we thank you for taking the time to listen to us here today. We'd like to wish you bright blessings and namaste on this glorious day for you. You may, of course, return to our message at any time and participate in receiving its healing energies over and over again. Goodbye for now, and namaste. Thank you for listening with me today to the Council of Light. It's always a joy for me to bring them through for folks. I never know what they're going to say. It's always a surprise for me as I listen. My Laura West ego energy is stepping to the side when they come through, and I'm watching and observing as they filter through and allow themselves to come through my voice box. So it's a lovely process. And I thank you all for being here with me. And until next time, namaste.